In the twilight of the Eldar days, as shadows gathered their grim embrace over Middle-earth, a lone figure stood upon the craggy heights of Eredhion. Eredhion, an elf whose heart bore the scars of countless moons, gazed into the distance where the stars began to kindle in the evening's embrace. Mixed within their glimmer was a vision, ensnaring his soul with foreboding, a tapestry of unspoken destinies writhing in disarray. He, though stalwart of limb and keen of sight, bore a burden he could not yet name. What tide or fate awaited he knew not, only that his path was laden with splendor and peril alike. Far below in the vale where the ancient rivers sang their song, Aelinor labored amidst scrolls and tomes, the ink-stained whispers of forgotten ages. Mortal yet unyielding, her heart was an unquenched flame yearning for truths long shrouded by time's dissonant march. Her days were deepened with the lore of the Eldar, her nights with dreams of what might be. And so they were drawn, the warrior and the scholar, from realms divided by fate and form, yet united by purpose. For Eredhion, visions were the wellspring of unease. For Aelinor, the call to unravel the tapestries of yore. Together, they would stride forth, converging upon the hidden paths where lost knowledge whispered in the echoes of the world, and even the stones remembered the ancient song. The shadows of Angband stretched long and dark, but hope's flame was kindled anew. For heroes arise when the world is in peril, and in their rise, the livery of defiance burns bright against the symphony. Eredhion and Aelinor set forth, their footsteps weaving along paths few dared tread, where the forest's breath was hushed, and only the whisper of leaves sang their journey's hymn. As they walked beneath the ageless boughs, there came a moment, a fissure in time, when Eredhion halted, his gaze drawing far into shadows beyond sight, much like a leaf stirred by hidden currents. 'Twas then, amid the archaic murmur of the greenwood, that a presence declared itself unto them, cloaked in the guise of chance. A silvery mist unfurled, weaving a tapestry of ethereal luminescence, and from it emerged a visage known to few but spoken of in song, a traint, arboreal steward of forgotten lore. His voice rumbled with the cadence of ages, each word a stone cast upon the still waters of time. "Heed my counsel, seekers of that which is unseen," the traint intoned, eyes deep as wells untroubled by sky or star, "for in your quest lies both ruin and redemption." Eredhion, touched by visions yet unformed, found solace in counsel unasked. "What path shall we pursue?" he inquired, "so that light may pierce the shroud of Morgoth's night?" The air stirred and the traint spoke anew. "In the valley of Nan Dungortheb lies a shard of what once was. Seek it ere it slips into shadow's grasp, but know this, it is as dangerous as it is divine." With that, the mist withdrew, and the traint's form retreated into the grove, yet his words lingered, a chorus of fates converging upon destiny's frail edge. Thus propelled by mystery and omen, Eredhion and Aelinor set their will to seek the path yet untrod, their hearts entwined with purpose and peril. The path wound through the ancient shadows of Nan Dungortheb, where silence held dominion, and fear whispered among the stony claws of the earth. Eredhion and Aelinor pressed forward, their resolve tempered like steel in the forge of uncertainty. Yet in the dim light, their spirits flickered bright as candles set against the night. In those depths, with veins of shadow and ridge of stone, lay the broken shard, a fragment of luminous power, remnant of an age long past. When at last they stood before it, Eredhion reached forth, his hand trembling as if grasping the very legacies of his kind. Upon his touch, a radiance emanated, weaving about them visions not seen by waking eyes. In their minds roared remnants of battles fought and lost, of hope given form and substance, yet waning under the weight of despair. Eredhion, his heart swelling with newfound strength, felt for the first time a path before him clear as moonlit streams. Aelinor, gazing upon the shard, found her thoughts alight with understanding, the puzzle of many pieces unraveling in the song of its essence. Yet, even as knowledge unfolded its wings, a shadow curled ominously at the edges of their consciousness, a grim reminder of the price such gifts demanded. Beneath the veil of newfound hope lay seeds of an unseen cost, woven with fate's own hands. The air thickened as if even the ancient stone held its breath. Yet, the path ahead drew them on. For, in the gleaming of light, they could not discern the shadow it cast behind. Power was theirs if only for a spell, yet the arc of destiny remains hidden, a tapestry spun upon the looms of time. with each thread a whisper and each step a tale untold. In the wake of their newfound hope, Eredhion and Aelinor pressed onward, yet an unease nestled in the corners of their hearts. A silence deeper than words hung heavily like a cloak unseen. As they traveled through the murky shadows of Nan Dungortheb, there arose from the depths an echo of questions left unspoken. For with the shard came weight, its presence a constant murmur at the edge of thought, probing at their resolve as the shadowy tendrils of Morgoth wove ever closer. Eredhion, imbued with a fleeting glimmer of ancient valor, found his mind assailed by tempestuous visions. No longer were the pathways clear. Fractured images of paths diverged, threads of fate spinning into an intricate web, each adorned with peril and promise. The shard's light, once a beacon, now seemed a trickster's flame, casting doubt upon certainty. Aelinor, too, felt the unraveling threads of her once crystalline purpose. The wisdom she cradled turned sharp and unwieldy, as if the very scrolls of her heart's library rebelled against understanding. Her dreams now bore shadowed omens, whispering warnings in the cadence of ancient tongues. Thus did the companions journey onward, burdened not by the weight of the shard alone, but by the turmoil it wrought within, a mirror of strife and consequence. Yet still they walked, hearts entwined by hope and trial, for in their clasp lay the fate of Middle-earth's dawning, and in their souls the discordant hymn of the unfolding age. Eredhion and Aelinor trod along the foreboding paths of Nan Dungortheb, where the sable pines whispered secrets to a heedless moon, obscured by the vestiges of ancient clouds. The very air seemed infused with Morgoth's malice, ensnaring their hearts with cold doubt. Yet press they did, driven by the shard's call, a charge that danced upon the cusp of their intent like a flickering flame in the breath of winter. As days folded into night and again renewed upon the cycle of the sun, the toll grew ever more burdensome, their weariness akin to vines, silent and deft, weaving through the sinews of courage. Aelinor felt it keenly, the unending march of dark memories corroding her resolve as rust upon a forgotten blade. Even the newfound wisdom she had gleaned turned glass-like, threatening to shatter at the slightest false step. Eredhion kept vigil, his mind a tumult of echoing prophecies and unfurling paths. Yet amidst the tumultuous visions, a thread of clarity emerged, fragile as moonlight on a storm-kissed sea. In silent counsel with his own heart, he discerned the truth. A sacrificial course, one that demanded more than mere valor but the very essence of his being. Thus, beneath the stars' indifferent gaze, he came to a resolution, etched in the quietude of his spirit. Onward they must go, yet Eredhion knew that his fate might lie in a sepulchre far from Ithel's gentle beams. And so, with a heart full of unspoken burdens, he resolved to light their passage with the fierce brilliance of fleeting hope, ere the engulfing shadows claimed all. In the dim twilight of Nan Dungortheb, where shadow sought its dominion, Eredhion and Aelinor paused. The shard's glow, a flicker of ages past, cast gentle light upon their weary forms, whispering of valor long forgotten. Yet in its brilliance lay an unspoken truth, a fragment of eternity that demanded not victory alone but sacrifice. Eredhion, his resolve hardened, met Aelinor's gaze, speaking softly of paths untraveled, of burdens borne and shared. Together, their fate awaited.